Hi guys, welcome to the Saving Money Show with me, your host Sean. Today I've been asked about a couple of companies, so I'm going to do my best to talk about them, hopefully answer some questions. Been asked about Hylian, whether or not we should sell or keep hold of them. Well, firstly, I'm not a financial advisor. I cannot give financial advice, so it's down to your own risk tolerance, financial situation, how many shares you have, when you got in. I mean, at this price I'm still making a profit, so I would be fine to sell them, but I'm still holding because I think they will come back again. But then mine are risk free. I sold out my initial investment, and when it hit 30, and I sold a load more when it hit 50. Now I found it quite profitable. Thing is, when you compare it to Tesla, obviously Tesla is a better company, a bigger company, but when it comes to the trucks, Hylian are further along. Now, I was one of the first to speak about these guys with their when I said that these guys were looking to make their own truck, I got called a liar. They only convert them, and now we know. And although, just to stand up for the guy who called me a liar, they will not be making their own trucks. Freightliner will be making the Hylian trucks. You will see Hylian, this Hylian symbol, and underneath the Hylian symbol, made by Freightliner. Now, I did also do a piece where I said Freightliner, one of the biggest truck makers in the US, will not take this EV resurgence line down, and I said then how much money they were putting into EV trucks and how many they were looking to produce. It turns out they're looking to produce them for Hylian. But saying that, roughly 25%, if you look at their projected figures, roughly 25% of the next year's figures are from the new Hylian ERX trucks. The rest of them are from conversions, which in my opinion is a good thing for the business, purely because the margins are going to be less for the fully electric trucks because they have to pay Freightliner, whereas the conversions, the margins are going to be more. Now, also, if your big thing about it is they're carbon neutral or carbon negative, and you're a truck owner, you pull up and natural gas is like the gas stations you've got at the moment. You've got gas, you know, they tell you it should be renewable natural gas, but renewable natural gas, you don't have as much of that, and it's a bit more expensive. It's cheaper than like some of the other fuels, but still. So if you rock up to a gas station that has like natural gas pumps, and you might have been thinking, oh, I'll just fill up with natural gas, because it's been pumped as carbon negative, then you might end up putting renewable natural gas in, which you might not have wanted to in the first place, or you might put in a mix like 10% renewables, 90% non-renewable. Now, I like Thomas Healy. I think he's a genius. I also like the company. I think it will go places. However, I think this is stock you've got to hold long term, purely because they don't have PR. You have a rival who are great at PR. They're putting out things daily, weekly, and so on. But Hylian, they're not putting out as much as they should. They're relying on YouTubers putting out stuff. And they're not asking YouTubers to put them out. They're relying on it because they don't see why they need to be putting out all this stuff. They are concentrating on getting the business done. What they should be doing is hiring a PR guy or marketing person. And then they'll see your share price go up. However, I do think this is a company to hold for long term, as long as you're not overexposed to it. Me, I'm not. And we're going to look at a couple of other companies. One I spoke about months ago, Mesa Air Group. When I got in, I paid slightly above half the book value. So it was just above half the book value. I broke my rule of not going into travel stocks anymore. It's only because it was such a discount. Now, I couldn't believe it has 17% free cash flow and 13% operating margin, and I think it's one to look at. Now, a company I spoke about before, Kcac. Now, it has cash per share of 50 cents, and it's at 30 cents, 7 cents. So if they just wound the company up tomorrow, you would get 13 cents a share profit. And I spoke about ADMP, how I think it will do well. HDSN, I've been asked about dry ice companies that will do well because of the vaccine, and this is one. It's had a little run up, but I think it hasn't finished yet. You may remember me speaking about Oasis Midstream Partners, and it had a 20% dividend. It's now come to 17.5%. Now, because it has 41% free cash flow and 41% operating margin, you can't argue with that. I got asked about an alternative to MindMed in psychedelic medicine, and so this is one I'm looking at, but I haven't gone into it yet. I haven't pulled the trigger. I need to do more research. Haven Life, I like the CEO, but if you remember, I did a piece on Genius Sports technology. They're merging with DMY technology, and they're another one I'm looking at. You may have remembered me speaking months ago about Gig Capital 2, how it was a good place to put your money. I put some money there, thank God. But they're merging with two telehealth firms in a $1.35 billion deal, and if you hold this long term, I think it will do well, and I think this is just one that's going to be good. Now, Greenco, it's a UK company, renewable energy. I've been in it for a while. Yahoo Finance, of course, doesn't give the dividend, but it gives a 5% dividend. So I think it's worth. And the Motley Fool speaks about why Workhorse surged 65% higher. Basically, he's saying how EV stocks have surged. Anyway, if you have any stocks you want me to look at, don't forget, let me know. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment in the box below. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. That's all for now.